Can you give me an example how you use AI in this industry for some of your clients?
Obviously, since we're an AI training company, we're teaching people how to use AI. We are ourselves using AI constantly. So I always kind of think about it in different buckets that AI is really good at. So the first one is personal efficiency. So we use AI to help summarize our meetings and our tasks that we're responsible for to help us kind of stay on track. Emails that come in, reducing our, just some of that administrative burden.
You use what you preach.
Really, that's come from just years of refining and seeing what's worked and what doesn't work for people and for organizations, and being able to help customize those tools. Every time we have a client, we're working to make our tools that we have better for them.
Well, how do you keep the fire in your business going? This is also a part of keeping the fire in the business, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, since we're a close-knit team, we spend plenty of time together via Zoom, which is great. And then I try to make sure that my team knows that I'm looking out for them and see them. And so, sometimes for me, it's just as simple as like, oh, I saw you today. Let me send you a Starbucks gift card.
Welcome to Standing on Business, where we explore the real love affairs with entrepreneurship, how ideas turn into companies, and how leaders keep the fire lit through wins and setbacks. I'm your host, Denise Roberts. Hey everyone, Denise Roberts here. Today's Brown Sugar is with Rosalynn Verges, AI founder, trainer, and integrator. She's coached roofing companies nationwide, co-founded Refinery, and now leads AI roofing revolution to make AI tools accessible across the industry. Rosalynn, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Denise.
Of course, of course. So we're going to start this the way that we always do, and with our first question. When did you fall in love with entrepreneurship?
Yeah, that's such a great question. When I actually think back to my days living on the east side of St. Paul, I used to drive past in my parents' car this little flower shop that was on the corner. And I remember driving past that flower shop. My grandmother always had such a beautiful garden. And I thought, like, someday I'm going to have a flower shop. Someday I'm going to have something that's my own. And I don't think I ever would have imagined where this road would have taken me, that I'd be leading companies in AI integration, that I'd be helping organizations with their people and processes and helping them kind of bring those things together for success. But I think from the start, I always knew I wanted something that would be my own. And it's just kind of continued down that path.
Yeah, that's interesting. I believe that there's an entrepreneur inside of all of us,
Mhm.
and the possibilities are endless if you just wake it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So, what made you get into this industry, the roofing industry?
Yeah, again, and probably not something I would have expected. But, the reality is for me, I've had a background in HR, organizational design and development, especially. And so I'm really good at kind of taking people and processes and bringing those things together to help an organization be more effective. I have my Lean Six Sigma training and background. And so I've always been very focused on continuous improvement. And that's really an area that I think could apply to any industry. But it just so happened that I had a friend who was coaching in this industry on the finance side of things. She was working for a company called Contractor Coach Pro at the time as a subcontractor. And they were looking to add someone who really specialized in employee development, organizational development, helping teams really get activated. And she reached out to me and she was like, do you think you'd have any interest in this? And I was like, sure. Yeah. Sounds like a great fit. I come from a blue collar family. And so, the idea of these businesses that are often started by people who don't have a lot, but are good at creating relationships and good at talking to people about their homes. It felt like actually a really great logical fit, and it's been a blast ever since.
Well, it sounds like a good fit. So would you say that this industry chose you, or did you choose this business?
Yeah, I'd for sure say, a little higher power direction on this one. I don't know that I would have, woken up and said, I'm going to be in the roofing industry. But I think the fit is very clear for me. I've always been in probably more male dominated industries, starting my career in manufacturing. I was the girl at the playground that I always wanted to be like playing sports and doing the things. And, the girls that were sitting around and they just wanted to talk, I was like, no, let's go do stuff. And that was usually the boys. And so I've been a part of the boys club for a long time. It was just kind of a natural fit. And so,
Yeah.
and I would say like now roofing, it's really cool to see how many women really are entering into the space. And that's been really fun. I'm actually on the board for the National Women in Roofing. And so it's been really cool to see other like-minded women that are just active. And maybe in the past we've held that what was traditionally seen as like a boys trope. It's great to get to feel and find other women in this space and kind of with that shared mindset too.
Yeah, I love learning about women who are in male dominated fields and see how we're dominating. I just, it's like music to my ears, because, you know, for a long time we fought to be in a place where we can be a little more independent. We can do what you do too. Has that been a challenge for you though?
It's interesting. I think probably because the role that I play, people who are hiring me, they're asking me to come in and be a consultant to them, right? To be an advisor. So it's probably a little different for me in that I already come, if they're choosing me, they're already choosing to say, that they've given me a certain level of respect. And then I show up for it, right? Every time. And so I think that makes a big difference, that you probably do as a woman have to work a little harder to be heard and be seen. But I would say that for me, my clients, I think they really appreciate having another female that they're working with. Um, we have such close personal relationships in the conversations that I'm having with business owners and leaders, that I think for them to have maybe a different lens that's guiding those conversations for them and helping them think about some of the social, emotional, psychological experiences that they have as entrepreneurs. I think they actually really like having a female come alongside them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, you seem like, so it sounds like you have had, um, uh, in your past experience, more 9 to 5 jobs, and you found a space where you can have something that is your own. So, is your business the main piece or the side piece?
Yep, yep. Well, for me, it's definitely the main piece. I've been out on my own since 2017.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, which has been wonderful. So we, made it through the global pandemic and have really just been able to thrive and have had a lot of success as an entrepreneur. And that actually led. So I started kind of under the brand Fabric. That was my first business, and then we rebranded that in 2022 to Refinery. And then at the start of this year in January, we launched the second business, which is AI Roofing Revolution, and it's a sister company to Refinery. But yeah, so it's been awesome to be on this journey, and it was really hard, Denise, just to be perfectly honest. When you're starting in 2017, you're like, do we think anybody will want to pay me for the ideas that
For
I have?
sure.
Like, I think I can add some value here, but you just don't really know your worth, I think, in those first couple of years where you're getting started and there's a lot of doubt. But, as you continue to build that reputation and you have people coming back to you and saying, yes, this was good. And can you please, let's keep going together. I think that really starts to build your sense of worth and value that you are, your confidence in your worth and value, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then from there, it's definitely gotten to that place where today, we just are so grateful to get to add and keep growing and adding to the team. And it's been really fun.
So how many employees do you have in the business?
Yeah, so on the refinery side, we're kind of a joint venture, and so I want to say there's 4 or 5 on that side of the team, and then we have 4 on the AI roofing revolution side as well.
Okay, and so refinery is actually the physical work on the roofing, the side of
Nope.
roofing,
So
or
yeah, no, we don't do
okay,
any roofing ourselves. We come
okay,
alongside as business consultants. Yep. Yeah. So refinery is where we do coaching and consulting on
okay.
the HR and finance side of things. So the counterpart who is a business coach that specializes in the finance and accounting field. And then I coach and consult on the people and process side of the roofing business.
Mm.
And then AI Roofing Revolution is the arm that helps with AI integration, training, and strategy for the business owners.
Okay, all right. So let's go in another area. How do you keep the fire in your business going?
Yeah, yeah. I would say it's a couple of things. One, I think having team members definitely helps because there are other people relying on you to get some things done. But even before that, I think I really have always tried to build really good relationships with other people. So, like the my kind of counterpart on the finance side, I think for a long time, even though we're individual businesses but kind of co-branded under the same name, having each other to keep us both focused on what mattered most to us, which for both of us has been having balance with our families. Um, and then pursuing that, those goals that we've had for ourselves as entrepreneurs. Alongside each other has been really great. And so I think throughout my career, I've found people that are just in my corner and that I can be in their corner too. And never feeling like I'm going it alone, I think has been a big part of being able to keep going on those days where it's just like, oh my goodness, I don't know. Is this, am I sure I want to keep doing this? I think then all of a sudden a friend calls or, somebody in the industry reaches out and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I remember why I'm here and what I'm doing.
That's
Yeah.
so amazing. I'm real, first of all, I'm just really excited to talk with someone in
Yeah.
AI even,
Sure. Yeah.
because I've had conversations with founders, entrepreneurs who welcome AI into their space and they have different opinions on it. Um, can you give me an example how you use AI in this industry for some of your clients?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, since we're an AI training company, we're teaching people how to use AI. We are ourselves using AI constantly. So I always kind of think about it in different buckets that AI is really good at. So the first one is personal efficiency. So we use AI to help summarize our meetings and our tasks that we're responsible for to help us kind of stay on track. Emails that come in, reducing our, just some of that administrative burden. So that's the personal efficiency bucket is one that we use it in. I use it all the time for strategy, ideation, creation, deep research. So when we're, preparing a new marketing campaign, we will research to see what's going to be the most effective and to refine our brand voice and make sure that we're communicating in a way that our customers are actually interested in hearing us talk about what we have to offer. And so we for sure use it from that kind of strategic lens. And then we use it for data analysis. So looking at our business trends. And then we also use it in kind of that another bucket of personal training and growth. And so utilizing AI tools to help us, learn a new concept or go deeper on something that we're trying to get more effective at. So for example, in our sales process, we're big fans of spin selling. And so we can use AI to help us train and as like a role playing tool, for example, to help us be more effective as a team. So yeah,
So what
all kinds of
what
stuff.
okay, so what's spin selling?
So spin selling is it's a type of a sales process that we like to follow. And so it's you start by kind of helping set the situation. You talk about the problem, you identify needs, and then help kind of talk about what would happen if those needs aren't met.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
So who are your clients? And I mean, I know they're roofing companies, but are they
Yeah,
government contractors? Because it sounds like you're in that space. And, government contracting, that's like one of my favorite topics to talk about,
sure.
how to get into that space and everything.
Love it.
So are you a government contractor or are your clients the government contractors?
So I would say that it's probably a mix on the roofing side. If they're doing commercial projects, sometimes they will be government contractors. A lot of roofing companies usually get started on the residential side. So in that case, they're not government contractors. When I started with Fabric in 2017, we did get certified as a government contractor as well as, we have our women in person of color business
Sure.
designation as well.
Yep.
And so, yep, we started that in 2017. And then now for refinery, we don't have federal contractors that or federal contracts that we pursue. But I do have clients on the refinery side as well, especially in that I have some heavy heavy construction clients as well.
Uh-huh.
And they are government contractors. Yep.
Okay. Um, eh, are you working with subcontractors, prime contractors, or the whole gamut?
Yeah, so usually our clients, like I said, are more small to medium-sized business owners that are performing more of this kind of on the roofing side, especially. It's more of in kind of that middleman position. So they usually hire subcontractors to work for them to perform the actual roofing work in
Uh-huh.
most cases in this industry. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And is are you a home-based business or do you have your own space? How does
Yeah.
that work for you as well?
Yep. Nope. This is the office.
Yeah.
So yep. We built a shed for me to work out of. But our team is all remote, and all over the world. So, Aisha, our sales manager, is out in Georgia. We've got a couple of our team members that are here in Minnesota, but we're all, online and all remote.
Are you finding that you're attracting even any international clients?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we've got some Canadians for sure. And our website gets strangely visited by a lot of people from other countries.
Yeah.
But we don't have any beyond Canada at this
Right.
time. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So what systems do you use to keep your business operational? Turnkey, is it a turnkey business for you? What systems are you using?
Yeah, well, a lot of times, I'm kind of coming alongside organizations to help them establish their own processes and systems. And I would say we kind of use a hybrid of some of the tools that are out there. Like I know people for a long time got really interested in EOS or the traction model. I think that's good, but I kind of feel like it's as you've worked with an organization longer, they kind of need something maybe a little more custom. And so we have our kind of custom systems or processes that we help organizations adopt. And those are the same tools that we're using within our business.
Okay, so you basically you use what you preach or
Yeah.
you preach what you
Yeah.
use.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're using them in house as well, those same processes. And really, that's come from just years of refining and seeing what's worked and what doesn't work for people and organizations and being able to help customize those tools. Every time we have a client, we're working to make our tools that we have better for them. And so,
Mhm.
yeah.
And as a team, so when it comes to your team,
Yeah.
is it are you all in the same place? Meaning the same, at least the same area. And are you all in
No.
Minnesota? Are you so
Nope.
you're
Yeah,
spread out.
we're all over and we're all remote. Yep.
Okay. You're all remote. And then do you get together for activities, even if it's virtual, to keep synergy? How do you keep this is also a part of keeping the fire in the business, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, since we're a close-knit team, we spend plenty of time together via Zoom, which is great. And then I try to make sure that my team knows that I'm looking out for them and see them. And so, sometimes for me, it's just as simple as like, oh, I saw you today. Let me send you a Starbucks gift card because you're crushing it, or
Oh,
something that
nice.
helps them just feel like they're seen and that they're a part of something bigger. But I think a big part of it is the time in and the conversations that we have. We've got our team members, a lot of them have small kids. And so taking the time to just care about each other's lives, I think really goes a long way for keeping the fire alive, as you say.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so can you talk about maybe one of your greatest wins in this company? You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say one of the things we do every week as we're helping people learn to adopt AI always feels like a win because we come from one session into the next and getting to see the joy of people kind of feeling like, oh, I tried this and it's working, helping them feel empowered to take something that they've learned and hearing how they're applying it both in their work lives and in their personal lives is so rewarding. And that's just such a huge win. I was just out at a client's office yesterday here in Minnesota, and I was talking to a bunch of their team members that have gone through a couple of our past courses, and we just kind of did one-to-ones with them to sit down and see like, how is it going? What are you learning? And to get to see the excitement of like, hey, let me show you. They're always so happy to show me like what they did. And I just love that. I love seeing that they feel empowered, that the training is making them feel confident in what they're doing, and that they feel proud
Yeah.
of how they're utilizing AI. And it's always so fun to hear some of the personal use cases too. Like I had a client who was on a call with us earlier this week too, and he their company had a chili contest, and we had gone through some great ways to improve how we use tools like ChatGPT. And he had kind of refined his approach a little bit, and he ended up making this chili recipe that was the winner for the company cook-off. So things like that, where people are sharing just their personal wins,
Yeah.
honestly, is one of the places that I get the most joy.
Good. So, are
Yeah.
you finding it, your client, as you get new clients or your existing clients, are you finding that they are resistant to the AI era?
I think everybody feels a little bit of intrepidation around AI because there's just a lot that's unknown. But we work really hard to help people feel comfortable and safe in how they're using AI to help them see the benefits of where AI application in their own day to day, in their personal lives, can make them feel more comfortable. We try to shift the focus away from this like AI is this big scary thing that's going to like take away all of our jobs, and nobody's going to need me anymore, to the realization that by you upskilling with AI and being able to use these tools, it actually positions yourself better for the future. And so I would say we work hard to listen and acknowledge the fears that people have, because I think that's reasonable. We've got something unknown that's coming into their space, and people are trying to figure out, like, is this something that's going to be helpful to me or harmful to me? And so we just really try to acknowledge how people are feeling, but then help them see how they can use these tools to enrich their own lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you started this business, or let me back up. Before you became full-time in your business, how difficult was it for you to make that transition?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was very, very fortunate in that I was kind of I left my full-time work and took a part-time position first, with a company that I had a great relationship with, and they knew that I was, starting my business. And so it was this really nice kind of transitional on-ramp for me where I was able to, um, have the space to be investing into building some of the foundational elements of my business, acquiring new clients, and kind of getting ready. while being able to help this organization that was very grateful to have me part-time. And, I was able to kind of give them my experience. But that reduction in schedule for like in my normal day-to-day meant that I had more space to start investing in the future of the organization I wanted to build.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are some of your mentors, and can you talk about one lesson that you've learned as a result of being owning your own business?
Yeah, sure. Well, some mentors right now, I don't know if they would even call themselves mentors, as we've been peers for a long time, but I consider them mentors. They're kind of like big brothers in the industry to me. I've got Chuck Toki from Top Rep Training. He's a sales trainer and coach, wonderful gentleman. And he's always willing to carve out some time for me if I just need to process some ideas. And then my friend Jim Aline, who is the owner and overseer of the Roofing Success podcast. He's just been a wonderful person to have in my corner, and he's always happy to talk with me about any business ideas or things that I'm rolling around. And so the two of them are really fun, great friends and great mentors for me.
Oh, awesome, awesome. And how about a lesson? But
Yeah,
before you get to
yeah,
that, I heard you say one of your mentors who owns a roofing podcast. So there's a roofing
yeah,
podcast. Oh,
yeah,
okay. I'd love to talk to him.
yeah, yeah. I'll have to connect the two of you. Yeah,
Yes,
for
please
sure.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So what's a lesson? Talk about one lesson that you've learned being in business.
Yeah, I would say that one of the biggest lessons that I've learned, well, if it's okay, I'll do two.
Okay.
One is that, and they're connected.
Hmm.
So one is that I think there are for sure times, even, for as long as I've been in business, there are still times when I wake up and I feel uncertain and unsure of myself, and that doubt can kind of creep in. Um, and I think the lesson that I've learned there is coming back to the truth and kind of reminding myself, like, when you get stuck in those moments and you're unsure, of kind of looking back and seeing the history of what you've accomplished and what the success that you've had. And to use that to kind of help rewrite some of that internal narrative that can be really challenging at times. And then kind of connected to that is I've really been able to build my business on my reputation. And I really come back to taking care of my customer and doing what's right for them. And for me, if you can be really focused on trying to get the next sale or get the next client or get the next thing, whatever, produced or out there, and build that next product or offer that next service.
Yeah.
And I found that when I come back to really doing a good job, tending the garden that I already have, my garden tends to grow better. And I've had success that way. And so being able to really come back to the people who have already invested in me and my businesses, and really make sure that I'm providing something really exceptional for them, has been kind of connected to that, the doubt. It's like you feel uncertain, but then you look back and it's like, oh yeah, people keep saying yes and they say yes again, and there's a
Yeah.
reason. And if you really treat them well and you do a good job for them, it makes it worth it to them to say
Mhm.
yes again.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a really great segue here because I was going to ask, how do you pay it forward? But if you want to talk offline about how to get over that self-confidence that sometimes you're unsure of yourself, just call me because I won't say it on the show. I won't say it on the show, but just call me.
Sounds great, Denise. I love it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how do you pay it forward?
Yeah, yeah, I think it's exactly that. Like I said, I've had mentors who are in my corner that I know are for me. And I've been, I think honestly, the pay it forward. It's just as much of an exchange for me, but I have some women in my life that I mentor as well, as they've tried and started that journey of going out on their own. I love to come alongside other women who are just getting started and they want to take the leap and they're not really sure. I love to be that voice, kind of helping them believe that they really can, and helping them kind of understand the steps to getting there. That's not something that I charge for as a part of my consultation. It's really just from a mentorship and friendship side of things. And, every time I carve out an hour to sit down with one of those incredible women, I always feel like they just give me back as much as, way more than probably than I'm even pouring into them. It's just such a gift to get to have mentees as well as to be mentored. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you sound so very thoughtful and
Thank you.
intentional. And this is actually, I really believe it's a really inspiring conversation. I think you are an inspiring entrepreneur.
Thanks, Denise.
I love talking to authentic people, authentic and genuine, and
Thank you.
that's what I get from you.
Thank you. Well,
Yeah,
that means a lot.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, before we get to the end of the show, I definitely want to make sure that people know how to get in contact with you
Yeah.
if they have any questions or want to reach out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll share our social media links so people can connect with us there. You can go on the website. And if you visit either of the websites, Refinery or www.airoofingrevolution.com,
Hmm.
there's a place where you can schedule a one-to-one. We love to connect with people. So even if you're not sure maybe what you need or if it's the right fit, we'd be happy to just hop on a one-to-one call with you and talk about what you're interested in, what you're pursuing, answer any questions that you might have. If you're just looking to get started with AI adoption or integration in your business, that's a great way to just hop on and kind of get some fast answers. And if we're not the right fit for you, that's totally okay. We really enjoy working with people that we are the right fit for. So we're happy to connect you with other resources if that's not us. So yeah.
And what's that website that people can go to?
Yep. It's AIroofingrevolution.com.
Okay. Well, that's Standing on Business. Big thanks to Rosalynn Verges for bringing the truth and the blueprint. Full show notes and the resources mentioned can be found at standingonbusinesspodcast.com or down below if you're on YouTube. If this episode helped you keep the fire going in your business, share it with a founder you love and leave a review in the comments below because I want to know what you think. I'm Denise Roberts, and I'll see you on the next Brown Sugar Convo. Love you. I'm your host, Denise Roberts.